This is going to be the meeting with the board. Hi everyone, thanks for coming. I'm sitting here along with Greg over there. We just want to kind of bring everyone up to speed on the cultural aspect that we are going to be presenting within the company. We certainly, I'm going to start the conversation, I guess, off with, I just came from a meeting with the employees. No one had a negative thing to say about it. People are very much on board, very much want to do something like this, and just got positive feedback. I relayed this information to Greg before the meeting here, but it looks like our plan is sort of coming together. We thought the easiest way to reach out and get people to come together is through food. I don't think anyone doesn't like to eat food. And we're very happy to announce that no one at the company, employee-wise, because this is really for, Greg and his team and me and, even members of the board, if you feel like you want to post something about your culture, we're going to be opening this up to everyone. And I think that this whole cultural aspect is only going to help the company. It's going to boost morale, obviously, because people just don't seem to have a problem with it. People seem to be on board. They want to do this. They're more excited about the potluck and posting pictures on the bulletin board that we're going to be setting up in the break room for them. We're really excited to announce that everything is going to be moving a little bit quicker on this because everyone seems to be so excited. I am just going to be going over just a few things on why I think that this whole cultural aspect is very important. It's a very important thing to our country and everyone else around us. It's important for us to realize that we all don't come from the same place and the differences make up who we are as an individual. And, again, going back to the employees, this is something that was conveyed back to me, that they all want to learn about the person next to them on more than just a level of, oh, how was your weekend? Oh, you spent time with the family? Nice. We want to open this up and have a more broad aspect so they can connect with people on a more personal level, because if morale's up, productivity's up, everything's up in the company. And this, we feel, is a great starting point, especially because so many people are into it. The other main sort of statement is because the world is filled with different cultures, each of them provide their own unique outlook on life and material things. Even though all cultures are different, even though all cultures are different, they all come together as one, and that makes up the world that we live in today. So I'm just going to open this up again. When you think of culture, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Food. Religion, definitely, yep. Anything else? Any landmarks in different cultures? Islands? Mountains? Yep, exactly. The point is, culture can mean very different things to anyone. While the world is filled with different cultures, each of them provide their own unique outlook on life. And we're gonna be going over the cultural competency and why it's going to be helpful in the workforce as well. It's important because it lets people know what is done in other cultures. It's a way for people to understand how they act, what they eat, don't eat. I know, coming from an Italian background, a lot of people will think we just have pasta and sauce and that my grandmother cooks all the time and we just eat all the time. 3 out of those things are true. My dad cooks, my mom doesn't. But yeah, we eat all the time, definitely. I think anyone who's Italian, yeah. It definitely can provide an outlet for other people to understand what they may be going through, different holidays, different memorial services, anything really. It can also connect that cross-cultural relationship. Bob and Sue, Bob's an Italian American, Sue's in full 100% Irish. If you watch movies, you know that those two clash. You wouldn't know by watching these two people interact. They were the two that seemed to be the most interested in the whole potluck and the whole board benefit and everything like that. Um, what culture means to people. This is kind of where we're going to be opening it up to maybe sort of a question and answer, sort of maybe like either they can write something up in the paragraph as to what benefits they had, what helped them understand something about um, their previous employee, someone that's in their same position at work, just anything that they feel needed. Me and Greg aren't entirely sure on if we're going to be making it required. I don't think that we should, just because some people may be taken back by some things others would say. And I think anything that they want to talk about, they would be able to anyway. They could bring it up in conversation in general. Some questions that we could be asking in the question and answer is, what did you do? What was your favorite part? What wasn't your favorite part? What type of event was it? Was there any food? If so, what was your favorite, least favorite? What did you learn? What did you already know? What similarities are from your culture? What differences are there? Would you go back if it was an event, like an Italian fair or an Irish fair? Some sort of event that people go to, not just, the person you work with, but other people go to as well, so you can interact with other people and you can branch out that way as well. So we feel that the employees need to remember that this is just an exercise to gain more knowledge of their fellow work associates and to connect on them than just a more personal way, coming in on a Friday. Oh, what'd you do? Oh, I just hung out this weekend and watched football on TV. Oh, okay. It kind of opens it up to, hey, when's that next get together that you're having? Or, me and my wife want to invite you over for dinner and kind of cook for you since you cooked for us last time. That sort of thing to just connect them on just a more personable level. And everyone, again, all the employees seem to be all for this. And me and Greg believe that by achieving cultural competency, what culture means to people and what opportunities are presented in the workforce will provide a much broader background to everyone around them, and will obviously make productivity go up, just because, again, all the employees, Greg, myself, everyone, even everyone here sitting in this room, seems like this is definitely a good sort of first stepping stone to be going towards. Whether it's food, religion, landmarks, remember that culture can mean anything to anyone, and even down to the material things. In other cultures growing up, my parents didn't really have much as a kid growing up. I was very beneficial growing up to have certain things, the ability to play sports, the ability to hang out with my friends, have a car when I was 16, things like that my parents didn't have growing up. And this sort of background, this sort of, even that quick little nugget of information that I just gave, that happens on an everyday basis, with the employees. And just by that little connection, you're connecting with them other than you do the same job, we help each other, I ask you what you did on the weekend. We can open it up to have a more personal connection. And I think everyone seems to be on board with that. Does anyone have any questions? None. I'll ask the same question I did to the employees. Does anyone don't think this is a good idea? Yes, Dave. Yes, culture can definitely be a sensitive topic, but that's again why me and Greg are kind of on the same page. But I think, especially after that comment, it looks like we are. We don't think that the question and answer thing is going to be something that we're going to require them to do. Um, so we can kind of, or at least, have something that's listing positive things instead of negative things. But again, just going off of the employee's reaction, we don't think that there'll be any negative backlash towards this. We're kind of going to let it run its course first, just to see if people really get involved. And if people become more involved, then we obviously don't need to be adding more restrictions on it. But if a lot of the same people are doing it, or not enough people are doing it, that's when we can maybe kind of meet with some people one-on-one and say, do you really think this is a good idea? If not, we really want you to voice their opinion because, if you work for a company, you want to know that the company has your back. You want to know that the company is just not going to be there for you when they need you only, and then not be there for you when you disagree with something. So, but yeah, we definitely are not going to have any sort of question and answer topic, especially now because it seems like other people may have had that concern as well. Does anyone else have any other questions? So who thinks it's a good idea then? Good for the company, good for morale, good for things like that. So about 95% of you. Great. That's what we wanted to see. So we're going to relay this information to the employees as well. If any of you have any questions or concerns in the long run, please always reach out to one of us. Thank you.